And welcome to Indie Social. This is the podcast where I, Dylan Yeager,
and Michael Huntington,
interview independent filmmakers. And tonight, we have a very, very special guest for you. Somebody who's maybe lives across the pond. Well, not really across the pond, but more like a moat. But you still got to travel across the boat a little bit to get there, depending on how exactly you get there. You catch my drift, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. You know this guest a little bit more than me.
Yeah, so tonight we have Chauvin on. He's been my best friend for damn near 7 years. We met on a project that I tried to make a long time ago. I was into animation, and he was one of the people who auditioned as a voice actor, and from there we just hung out, and we've been friends since. He's been to America a couple of times. I went to Canada once, so I need to go to Canada more often. But anyway, we have Chauvin on the show tonight. He's going to be showing some of his music. He goes by the artist name West Creek. He's been doing music for a little bit, and more recently he's been making a lot more music videos. So, and a lot of them are really cool and high quality, so I'm excited for everyone to see him. But without further ado, let's roll that intro.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. Indie Social. I know you'll love our guest today. 'Cause what we've got for sure will amaze. So take this time and put your stress aside and come with us. Don't be shy. Just take a seat and enjoy the ride. Oh, we are Indie Social.
And welcome to Iowa Film Community News, and hello, filmmaking folks. Marissa Vaughn just posted that next weekend she is directing an episode of Friendly Faces by Keaton M. Fuller. She is needing party extras. If you want to get involved in this project, and guys, Friendly Faces is a phenomenal web series. I did a table read for it. It's hilarious. So if you want to be an extra in this party scene, go to Iowa Film and look for her post because all that information is on there. Next, camera operators out there who have some editing skills. Are you looking for a job? If so, well, first, do you live in Iowa and Nebraska? Because if you do, contact Joe Connor at intersportnet.com. That is Joe Connor at intersportnet.com for more information on this job opportunity. And next, Hannah Wright is holding an event on December 16th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Mars Cafe in Des Moines, Iowa. This is an event for women, trans, and non-binary actors and filmmakers. This is an event that I'm personally super happy to hear that is happening, and I am really excited for the filmmakers and actors that will be attending this event. You know, it's about time something like this is happening, so Hannah, thank you. But further ado, please join me in welcoming the triple threat, actor, musician, and ladies' man, directly from Canada. Well, direct from Canada, Chauvin, guys.
Get in here, buddy. You're like, which way do I go? What's up, Michael? Thanks for tuning in. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. No complaints.
No complaints.
Nice.
What's Iowa like compared to Canada?
It's a lot of fields.
A lot of fields.
It's pretty similar.
But in a part, where are you from actually in Canada?
It's weird you asking me these questions because you already know the
No.
answers.
Yeah.
So I'm from a small town called Tecumseh, which is inside or on the outskirts of a town city called Windsor, Ontario. So right across the border from Detroit, which I'm sure most Americans will recognize.
Yeah. So what brought you to America this time?
This time I was actually in a short film called Investigating Christmas, which was done with a amazing production company called Sintree Films.
Thank you.
Actually that is owned by Michael and
Brittany. Yeah, man. So I knew we haven't, as long as I've been a filmmaker, we haven't really had the chance to work together on something. Mm-hmm. And it's finally here, and we're finally doing it. It's been a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm excited for people to see that film.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to be in it.
But what are we going to be watching here soon? What are we going to be showing people?
So I've released a few music videos over the last little while. The first music video I released was called Counting Sheep Fly.
Then I released another music video called Just Like Us. And then I released one just recently called Another Day. I've filmed that with a director named Noah Campanelli, and honestly, they couldn't have done a better job. Absolutely love that guy. He killed it. 10 out of 10.
Sweet.
Would work with every day of the week, any day of the week if I had the chance.
Did you say that was Another Day?
Yeah, that's called Another Day.
Another Day is like definitely my favorite. And I believe
I want to say, before we start watching this, I'm personally a huge fan of his work. This man needs to get famous because I will be at every show. I will buy all his merch, all his music. I will illegally download and purchase everything of his. But Counting Sheep Fly, you guys need to check that out on Spotify. Are you replaying that video?
Yes, we are.
So you guys will be hearing it. It's my personal favorite. So I'm excited for you guys to check it out.
All right, sweet. Let's roll the songs.
Breakfast first thing on a Sunday, can't wait. I got this feeling that today's gonna be great. I'm going faster than I've ever gone. I know it's pointless to try and run. I don't know how to explain it. This habit, I'm trying my best to break it. This constant failure is bringing me down. I'm shaking now. Looking back on my past, trying to figure out how to get back on track. I can't waste another day doing shit all. Something's gotta happen before I outright give up. Every day I start at the top, an out of control, declining drop. Why won't love go my way? I'm going faster than I've ever gone. I know it's pointless to try and run. I don't know how to explain it. This habit, I'm trying my best to break it. I can't run away. I tried my best, I'd say. Oh, that's not enough to keep me sane. I'm going faster than I've ever gone. I know it's pointless to try and run. I don't know how to explain it. This habit, I'm trying my best to break it. This habit, I'm trying my best to break it. Trying my best to break it. Trying my best.
What's up? We're back.
Yeah, I just wanted to just let everybody know that that was directed and made by Noah Campanelli from the Directors Company. You can check it out on Instagram. I highly recommend following them. He's amazing. But I just wanted to say that before we go on to the next one, just because I love working with the guys. He's a blessing.
Okay, cool, man. All right, let's roll the second song.
well I cry into my pillowcase that's dry. The tears help me fight off the night. Well, I just lay there lost in my mind, counting sheep fly in my closed eyes. Am I alright? Am I alright? Kinda feeling like I'm locked up, tied down and drugged up, trying not to give up. Like glares and syrup, green pills and handcuffs, not sure what I'm scared of. I scream help, but it's not loud. I try to leave and they're not proud. Roll me back with my hands bound, locked up like a damn hound. Can't make a sound that they allow, feels like a jail now. I hold my head high while I cry into my pillowcase that's dry. The tears help me fight off the night. Well, I just lay there lost in my mind, counting sheep fly in my closed eyes. Am I alright? I keep staring at them through my eyelids, move around me while I'm like this, lifeless. I tried to confide and call for your help, but you denied it. So all alone I tried to fight it. Now my soul and my body are divided. Finally they don't have to fight for my silence. Are you happy now I'm silent? I'm just a brain dead body, an empty hotel lobby. My pride was so too costly, but I never hurt anybody. And I'll take that to the grave, to the day I pass of age, or to the day I pass away by someone who won't admit that they're to blame. I hold my head high while I cry into my pillowcase that's dry. The tears help me fight off the night. Well, I just lay there. If life was a movie, would I be the plot? Would I be the focus of every single shot? Would I be the lead who comes out on top? Would I be the extra and told not to talk? I should keep quiet, I don't need to try. Just do what I'm told, yeah, and just walk by. Don't be an eyesore, don't stick out. Just hide in the shadows of everyone else. Not much will change if I don't get the chance. I just wanna prove that I'm more than they planned. So when they light up the scene, I don't care what you see. I know what I'm made of, I know what I can be. Go and let them know that I'm not here to play around. Drown them out with all of my progress, I'm here to break ground. Bow down to the crown while the alarm sounds. Go inform the crowd, I'm taking over now. Your negativity increases my dopamine, it's dopamine. Cause I'm a wave in the open sea, you'd oversee. Forget the shit, talk a bit and sit. I left you an open seat, cause time is money, karma's free. If hell is burning down, I can't wait around to count the days till I make it out. Gotta buy a shooting star, all the ones who made it far were just like us at the very start. This lonely street I walk, it cracks under my feet. Every step I make can't take the
And welcome back, man. That was really cool. Yeah, it's like it's awkward to try to talk to you like I don't know you when I've been knowing you for the last 7 years of my life. But I guess let's start off, man. What got you into? Because you didn't always pursue music, right? No. Acting was sort of the first thing that you kind of fell in love with, right?
Yeah, acting is, and I think always will be, my number one. But I got into music because I enjoyed poetry and I enjoyed rhyme schemes and things like that. And I don't know, music has always just been like a huge part of my life, and I've always had an escape with music. So whenever I was going through something difficult, or I was going through a struggle or a hard time, I was always able to turn to music, and it would always be able to either cheer me up or allow me to feel emotions that I couldn't necessarily express without music. So I kind of wanted to get into creating music and being able to do that for others. It's the same reason that I got into acting, because I wanted to be able to help people explore their emotions that they didn't know that they felt, or they didn't feel they knew how to express. And that's kind of why I got into the whole thing. And this is one of the reasons why I do improv comedy as well, because I don't know, it's weird, it's hard to explain. I just want to basically not help people in a sense, but like entertain, I guess, help people forget their everyday life.
Do you remember that moment when you finally told yourself you were going to be a musician? Like you said, you started off with acting and stuff.
I still haven't told myself I'm going to be a musician.
You started releasing all these amazing music videos. You got music on Spotify. Like, when was that moment when you like...
And to add to that, though, because I know that you love acting and everything, but... You also produce your music. You don't make them. You don't write the instrumental and stuff like that.
But I work with producers and stuff like that.
Yeah. Right. So but you also had to learn how to record and do all of that. So when did that start as well?
I'll start off with you. I still don't consider myself a musician. I still don't consider myself an actor. Like it's so hard to consider myself something that I don't feel I don't know how to explain it, because I'm not a professional at either of these. I don't make necessarily like a solid living off of just acting or just music, and it's hard for me to go out there and be like, I'm a musician. I've released like 3 music videos and like a few lyric videos. Like, I just do it because I like to do it, and I don't consider myself necessarily an actor. I've done short films and stuff. I enjoy acting, but I'm not like, I'm an actor, I'm Cole Chauvin the actor, or I'm Cole Chauvin the musician. I just enjoy doing it, so that's why I do it. And if I can entertain people along the way while I enjoy doing it, then that's just a plus. And if people enjoy watching me, or they might go out of their way to give me a follow or a like, or they might go out of their way to add me to their playlist or things like that. Like, I don't necessarily do it. That's not like my main goal. It's like my main goal is because I enjoy it. And if other people out there enjoy it as much as I enjoy making it, then that's just a plus.
I find that very interesting, though. Like you act and you do music, but you don't consider yourself a musician, and you don't consider yourself...
I do improv comedy too.
Right.
And I do it a lot, and I've done it a lot for the last 4 years, but I don't consider myself an improv comedian. I wouldn't be like, hey, I'm Cole, I'm an actor, musician, and comedian. Like, I don't know, it feels weird. Like, okay. I do that stuff.
So what would it take for you to like feel like would it be like making a living doing it? Is that what it would take? Or
I don't know. I don't know what it would take, because like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll shovel snow in the winter, but like, I'm not going to be like, hi, I'm Cole Chauvin, the snow shoveler. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain. I don't know. Like, I just do what I do because I love to do it.
No, that's great, man. No, I love it.
So
I've never heard somebody respond that way before, so I find that very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to look at it. Like,
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, he's a very interesting person. But yeah, so also to bring it back, to release this stuff and to make music and do what you do, you have to have a bit of confidence. When did that confidence start to kick in to where you're like, I'm gonna make my own music? Because it's hard to make music if I'm not doing it myself, because you got to pay people, and then also to promote your music. Where did your confidence start? Was that when you started acting? Was that in high school? Like, when did you find that confidence to try to pursue this?
I would have to say like the 2 biggest inspirations would obviously be my parents, my my dad was always like, go for what you believe in and go for your dreams. No matter like what you do, you want to do too. You want to live a life that you do what you do and you want to do it. And then also my drama teacher in high school, Lynn Comartin, she really taught me, like she helped me get rid of my stage fright. And I feel like she was like a huge inspiration on doing what you want to do in life. And she was my drama teacher. And I remember the very first project like that got me into this was we had to create this little animation thing with these test dummies. It was like on a website too. And we had the option where we could use the pre-recorded voices or we could use our own. And so I recorded on this little gaming headset. I recorded my own voice because I thought that was so much cooler and so much more fun, because then you had that like that artistic leeway, I guess. You know what I mean? That freedom. And so that was just like a lot of fun for me. And then from there, I thought I wanted to be in radio. And so then I ended up co-oping, which is basically like interning at a radio station called Blackburn Radio under Teresa Leslie. And then she really helped me get involved in editing and the commercial work and radio work and things like that. And that really got me interested in the whole aspect of the voice acting and things like that, and doing radio and audio editing. And then it also helps that my brother-in-law, Jay McFarland, who owns Diesel Dungeon Studios, he makes music. Well, he's a drummer, so he has a band, or he had a band, and he's also I wouldn't say a producer, but he mixes people's music and he masters people's music, and he's helped me a lot in that field as well. So it's I don't know, it's been like a culmination of like a bunch of different people in my life, but like the one name that's always stuck with me is like my drama teacher, Lynn Comartin, because she really helped me get out of my shell, and she helped me with drama and really kind of taught me that, hey, if you like acting, like there's careers out there for that, and like you can do whatever your heart desires. And
I have a very similar story. My drama teacher did the same thing. I did some like community theater and then got locked up in this factory job and kind of just gave up on my dreams. And then I volunteered to be like an assistant director for the high school plays, and she was still the drama teacher, and she asked me what I was doing with my life, and she could see I was beat, working like 10-hour shifts Monday through Sunday. And she's like, quit your job and go do some acting. And I'm like, really? That sounds irresponsible for an adult. And she's like, but you're good at it. Like, maybe you can make it big and just, you don't need a job right now. You're 19 or however old it was. She's like, go have some fun. Do what you love to do. And she's friends with me on Facebook. She watches all our podcasts. And big inspiration, though. You need people like that.
Well, that's one of my favorite quotes is by Jim Carrey, and it's, you can fail doing something you don't enjoy. So why not go for something you absolutely love? Because I'd rather fail every day of the week at something I passionately love than fail doing something I'm miserable and hate doing.
Right.
Because then I feel like it's just pointless. I'm putting all this effort and time and money into something I don't really want to do and I don't enjoy, when I could be putting all of my energy and all of my time and all of my thoughts into something I absolutely love. Right. Because nobody's going to be amazing right off the get-go, unless you're like Timothy Chalamet and you come right out of high school and you get like a big role. Right. It's not something that happens. It's like winning a lottery. If you want to be good at something, you have to put time and effort into it. And nobody's going to be amazing as soon as they pick up a microphone, or as soon as they pick up a pen, or as soon as they pick up a guitar, or as soon as they get in front of the camera. Nobody is going to be amazing. And that's why it's important to just keep doing it. Because
so that's interesting that you bring that up, because I know you. I remember the moment that you tried to make your first song, and then before West Creek, you were Eloc, right?
Oh, God.
And no, I'm just saying, like, before you kind of really got good at making music, you had kind of a different way of making music. And even before you were Eloc, you were just kind of making music to make it. You were never releasing it publicly. I'm trying to remember my question here. But, oh, geez, I forgot I had it. Okay, Dylan, ask a question. It's going to come back to me.
All right,
man.
well,
That's
yeah,
the thing,
you think about it, man. Think about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
So I do have a question about your music videos. They have some amazing storytelling.
Yeah.
As you're watching it, like, I just get absorbed watching those 3 music videos. Did you have any like creative input with like the storytelling, or was it like the film director, like, did he like just like listen to your song and he's like, okay, this is the music video, and you just kind of had to go with it, or did
No,
you?
I had a little bit of creative input, but not much. Like the first one, well, Counting Sheep, I worked with a gentleman. I worked with a guy named Elliot Hale, and I told him like what the song was about, and I wanted to incorporate the masks because I wanted it to kind of like hide the person and kind of be almost like the shell of a person. And so like I explained that, and I gave like little inputs, but he pretty much created like the concept and the story and the idea and things like that. I kind of helped with like locations and stuff. And then with the Just Like Us one, where the song is about telling people that it doesn't matter what you think. It's literally about me. And I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do because I know my self-worth. And I'm going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing because I know that this is what I want to do. And so that's why I kind of put like my whole friends and family in my circle in that video. And I made that because I wanted to show off the people who impacted my life and who made me who I am and who made me so confident, and they are the reason I do what I do. So like my two sisters are huge in my life, my sister Kara and my sister Carly. They gave me the confidence and showed me that like I can do anything I want to do, and that I can be anybody I want to be. And my parents showed me that and like my mom, she helped me communicate, and she's always been great at talking to people and expressing herself and things like that. And I learned that from her. And my dad's always been so driven and hardworking, and that, I don't know, just like the effort of everybody in my life has made me who I am. So I wanted to make sure that I really put everybody who I care about most in that video. And then with the other video directed by, I keep pointing at the TV as if like people see the TV.
Oh, we lost feed, but we're still hearing audio. We just got to change a battery real quick. Is that what happened?
I don't know what it said. I assume.
Okay, continue. What were you going on about while we fix this?
And then with the other video, Another Day, I gave a lot of creative freedom to the director. Like there was like inputs. I was like, okay, well, I would love to have the character at the end maybe come up against himself and then die. But like most of it, like the jailbreak and running away, everything like that was his idea. And I like to let the director come up with have his creative freedom too, because when it comes to music, I create the story. When it comes to a visual, I want to let the director kind of have freedom. Obviously, I'm not going to be like, just do whatever, because obviously I don't want someone to not have a vision that lines up with what I do. But like I tell them what the song's about and things like that, and then I kind of go from there. But Noah absolutely killed that video. I love working with Noah Caponelli.
Yeah, that was great. All three of them were really good.
Thank you.
And what I love about your music too, though, it's like each song kind of has its own style. Like when I listened to Counting Sheep, that was the first song I've ever heard, and then I was expecting it all to kind of be like that, and I was like, oh no, wait, this one's a lot different. Mm-hmm. And then the next one I heard is like, okay, no, this one's a lot different. So do you do that on purpose? Or?
I think that's just because of the music I enjoy listening to. Like I enjoy listening to different genres of music, therefore I like to make different genres of music, because I feel like when I create a story, I don't want all the stories to be the same. I want each story to be different, and I feel like each genre captures each story differently. So with like I have 2 songs coming out very soon, and they're a little bit softer. There is one song that it's like almost like an acoustic song. Okay. And I feel like it's because it's a little bit sadder and it has like more emotions to that. And don't get me wrong, a sad song can be like punk or rock or grunge. Right. But it's just how I feel when I write a song is how I want the instruments and the music behind the vocals to capture the emotion, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I was totally trying to listen while I was preparing for failure.
Just say yeah. That makes sense.
Do you remember your question?
I don't, but I remember it like a little bit. So before you were West Creek, you were Eli.
Yeah, keep bringing it up.
What made you kind of become this new artist? Because I'd say you also make new music, Because when you were Eloc, it was something different. Like, what made
Yeah.
you?
It was
like who
weird.
is West Creek to you? Like, how did you make that artist?
West Creek is what I've become and what I thrive to be. West Creek is, it's more or less this, not, I wouldn't say character, but it's this artist or person that inspires me, I guess. Because it's I grew up on West Pike Creek.
Okay.
And West Pike Creek is what I know. It's the only house I've ever lived at. It's the only house I know. And that to me was my childhood. It's who I am. It's why I am, in a sense. So West Creek is more or less who I am and who I want to be. And it's like all of my dreams and goals were developed in this house. And I feel like West Creek kind of is the name that holds all of my hopes and dreams. So I guess if in a sense that's what it means, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird.
Sure, yeah. So I was also wondering, your grandfather was Frank Chauvin, right?
Yes.
Amazing man who did a lot of great things. Do you
Yes.
have any personal responsibility to kind of carry on that name? Like, does that ever weigh on you at all to try to follow in your grandfather's footsteps?
I try not to think about it because he had a big impact on a lot of people's lives.
You could even go into detail on who he is if people don't really know him.
So Frank Chauvin was, I guess, a humanitarian who, I guess, co-funded or supported an orphanage in Haiti, a girls' orphanage in Haiti that educated and housed young women. If anybody knows anything about Haiti, it's a rough place. And it was a place for young women to escape and be almost protected in a sense. And he was also a detective in his younger age, and he just helped a lot of people. And he was a very stern man who believed in his beliefs and helped a lot of people, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It's so hard to put into words everything that he's done. He did a lot of charity work for a lot of people. I don't know how to explain it. He was just one of a kind in a sense. And I don't think I could ever, I definitely could never be what he was. Nor could I ever handle the stress or the weight that he carried on his shoulders and the amount of lives that he felt was his responsibility. But I would love to do his name justice. Yeah, that's definitely true.
So what's sort of your goal? Are you trying to kind of pursue acting and music at the same time? Or do you think as you kind of find success in one avenue, you're going to like push that more? Or do you think it's always kind of going to be pursuing both?
Acting and voice acting has always been my number one. I found a lot of joy and entertainment in making music, but I would definitely say if I could push one avenue, it would probably be acting. But I wouldn't want to give up music making, and I wouldn't want to give up improv comedy. And I just feel like I don't think I'm pushing anything harder than the other. I think I'm trying to do both equally because they both equally bring me joy. Exactly. So obviously acting was my number one, and I feel like acting will always be my number one just because I enjoy it the most. But I would have to say, I don't know. Yeah, that's a hard one.
Would you say that you kind of fell in love with music even more because it's kind of hard to get acting roles where you're at? So you're like,
Yeah.
I just want to be creative, so I need to learn how to do this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love how you're like helping me out. Thank you.
I got you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, no, that's to a T almost. It's almost like I've told you before.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
here
that's
for you.
that's exactly what it is. There's a lot of student films in my area, and don't get me wrong, student films have got me where I am, but it's hard for me to keep being in these projects that aren't necessarily the most rewarding in a sense, or like the I want to say they're bad because they are everything to me because they got me where I am and who I am, but they're just not as well done or well put together. So it's not like it doesn't even feel like I'm on set, if that makes any sense.
So you don't have
So-
anything kind of like Iowa Film?
No, What we do, but it's nothing like what you guys have. You guys have this
Community.
Exactly, and we do have it. And don't get me wrong, there are just amazing people, but it's hard for me to get those roles because of where I'm at. There's a lot of people who are in the acting industry or the acting field, so it's hard for me to compete against those really high skilled people. Right. I'm just not as good, right? So like it's
So as an actor from Canada, it's different from an American actor because we can go to LA and that's sort of like our LA dream, right?
We can go
What
to
is
Toronto.
that? Yeah, what is that kind of for you? What's the LA dream for Canada?
probably Toronto or Vancouver. Those would be the two biggest. And Vancouver's huge right now just because it's a lot cheaper to make a film in Canada than it is the States. So a lot of Hollywood movies are being made in Vancouver. So don't get me wrong, Vancouver is definitely where it's at. It's just a lot of money. A lot of money to live over there.
Well, I mean, to live in Canada in general is kind of a lot of money.
I mean, it's expensive in its own ways, yeah.
Right, yeah. I just remember going over there and being blown away by the gas. Like that, I don't know how you guys afford
Yeah,
any
I think
of
it's
that.
like $1.50 right now a liter, and I think it's like 3.7 liters in a gallon. It's like $6 or $7 a gallon for gas.
which is a lot.
Yeah,
and
so
it
I
add
think you
up.
got- yeah.
And Michael
like
tried
five,
explaining
$5,
it to me.
$6.
I
the
did
other
try to
day.
explain it to
And
him.
I was
In
so
milk bags?
confused.
Did he explain it in milk bags?
Yeah, do you
Something
know
like
Canada
that.
has milk bags?
Yeah, we don't have jugs. But
They don't
we
have
jugs. It's just not as common. Milk bags we have. Little
Yeah,
bags.
you
of milk.
buy bags of milk in a box.
Yeah,
and
so
then
it's,
you
no,
put it-
it's not in a box. So there's a bag, and then inside that bag are 3 more bags. And I think it's 3 or 4. 3 or 4. You can tell I don't buy milk that often. And then there's bagged milk inside the bag. And then you put it in like a carton, you cut the corner, and you pour that.
Yeah, I don't know. I
think
always
it's-
ask him why, and he always gives me kind of different answers every
I
time.
think it's a recycling thing. I think it's cheaper to make, and I think it's better for the environment. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not too knowledgeable in the bagged milk industry.
All right, so we got some viewer questions here. Have you been? This is from Michael Menard. Have you been around the Toronto film scene at all?
A little bit. So I have been to Toronto quite a few times for auditions and things like that. I've been for a lot of auditions. I used to go to Toronto quite frequently when COVID wasn't a thing. COVID hit Canada quite hard. I think they're a lot more restricted than the States are.
And they're still kind of struggling now, right?
Yeah, like masks are still mandatory in a lot of places. I think the only time you can take a mask off is when you're at a restaurant, like when you're eating.
Right.
Oh no, I'm wrong. I'm so dumb. We just allowed it. We just passed where masks aren't necessarily mandatory. If you have health issues, then you can go inside of a store without a mask. But I think most people are just
doing it.
I think so, yeah, because we don't check at our store. Most stores don't seem to check. So I don't know. I don't pay it too much attention. I just wear a mask and do it until yeah, pretty much. Doesn't bother me any.
What is your favorite project to date?
That's a good question. Probably what we just worked on. That was a lot
Really?
of fun. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I mean, you've been on Discovery Channel, man. So that
well, not
Appreciate
yet.
that.
No, it's not out yet. Yeah. No, I don't know. I had a lot of fun on set. This was a lot of fun. Another Day was a lot of fun working with Noah. That was a blast.
What blows me away is it was one camera guy, really, right? And like, wasn't it just one dude pretty much through the whole shoot, like doing that?
Yeah, no, and no, it wasn't just him. He had his a helper as well working with him.
But like a
No,
super
she was
small
awesome.
crew, though.
Yeah,
you
it
know
was-
what
yeah, it
I'm
was just
saying?
two people,
Compared to
yeah.
like, you look at that and you see such a huge production value, and it's
Yeah,
crazy
I
that
know. He's
it's
amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's
It's
amazing.
2 people, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you can totally tell that guy knows what he's doing because it's so good.
Yeah, he's stellar.
What is your biggest project to date?
Probably the Discovery Channel. That or
What was that like? Real quick. So you've been on a lot of college short films or just regular short
Yeah.
films.
I've done a few,
What was it like to be on that? Yeah, I know you've done some few features.
I've done a few features too. With like there was one feature where I was an extra with Colin
right.
Mockery.
Yes, I forgot
and,
about that.
Kevin McDonald.
Yeah.
If those of you don't know who that is, that's Colin Mockery is the guy on Whose Line Is It Anyways.
Classic.
I didn't get a chance to work. I wasn't on set while he was on set, which sucks. But I was an extra for that, which was fun. I've done Boys vs. Girls, which was the extra, and then Stand Up Man, which was that other feature film. And then
Yeah.
another one with The Parallel Lines. Or
Yes.
Parallels Lost, sorry.
And that was sort of
Which I've still yet to see, and I don't think I'll ever get to see
Yeah,
because
and
the director doesn't
that
want to show me
happens.
it.
But
Yeah.
what is it? What's the big difference to you when there's a huge production value like the Discovery Channel? Like, what's it like as an actor going on a set like that? Do you feel
Know your shit.
feel different?
Know your shit, because man, there's a lot of eyes on you. That was a multicam too. That was 2 cameras going at the same time.
Yeah, I remember you like snapping photos of me.
They
like,
were
they're huge,
massive
massive
rigs, yeah.
rigs,
They had to
yeah.
have like back supports, and
Yeah.
like, it was pretty crazy. No, and they had like a ferry, and like it was absolutely not like a ferry, like
Right.
it was like an actual like boat ferry. And
Yeah,
it
we
was,
call those as well here.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah. No, but it was crazy. There were so many people running around and like clipboards everywhere, and people just
Does
telling
it
you
feel
where to go
different,
and
though?
where to sit. Oh yeah. Massive set. Like there was just so many people like telling you what to do and what not to do and where to go. You just got to put your head. Like my favorite thing is an actor's motto: hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
That's literally what an actor's motto is. And this set, I felt it. I felt that for sure, because I got there and I sat around for like 4 to 5 hours and I waited until I was on screen for maybe a minute, not even. And it was like a whole, I think it was 2 days. I think it was 2 days, 2 or 3
Yeah, I
days.
think it was 2 days.
Yeah,
I
2 or 3
also
days.
remember you like sending me photos of their crafty, which was like,
Oh my god,
gosh.
it was like a
van.
trailer with
Yeah.
like a kitchen in it. And it was like this like homemade sandwiches and everything. It wasn't just like they ordered pizza. Like it was like you could go at any time and they'd make you stuff. It was incredible.
Legit.
It was so good. Oh, that sandwich! I remember that those sandwiches were like,
Was that the
So
same
good.
sort of vibe for Boys vs. Girls as well? Was it that crazy, or was that sort of more laid back since that was like an indie film?
It was more laid back. It was definitely more laid back. They had crafties, but it just wasn't like that. They like more or less they did a break for lunch, and then we all had like food, and I think it was pasta and stuff like that. But way different. This one was like way above. Not necessarily better, but like it was pretty good. Yeah.
So jumping back to being a musician, which I know you don't like to call yourself that, but what are some of your inspirations that you kind of look to when you're making a new song?
So I have a hard time. I don't necessarily follow bands. I enjoy finding a song that I love. Like I follow Lucas Graham. I follow Watsky. One of my favorite artists is Aurora. Oh, she's so good. Me and him went to a concert in Chicago to see Aurora, and then we ended up sleeping.
Yeah, we'll have to tell that story.
Yeah,
You want to go? Or do your inspirations, and then we'll talk about it.
21 Pilots are awesome.
Watsky.
Watsky's amazing. I love Watsky. I saw him live too. Arkells, voice crack. Arkells. They're a Canadian band. If you haven't heard of them, you should definitely check them out. They're like a Canadian rock band, modern rock, I guess. The Neighborhood is so good.
I like The Neighborhood.
Yeah. My ex got me into The Neighborhood, and it was I love that band so
I
much.
haven't heard them. I don't
They're
think.
so good. You've probably heard Sweater Weather, which is like their number one song. But they've got like so much, like R.I.P. to My Youth, Daddy Issues. Oh, so good, so good.
Lurk, I don't know. Lurk's
Yeah.
always been my favorite.
They're just so good. Honestly, there's like a lot of music that I really like. I don't know. I don't necessarily just stick to one genre either. Like obviously I love
Just listen to
Eminem
anything.
and Hobson and
Yeah.
Token and Watsky. Watsky's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Watsky is like, in my opinion, the best lyricist out there. He's so good.
He's unique.
He's very unique. His rhyme style and flow and it's just
Yeah, I mean that's what I appreciate about him.
he's
He's so
knowledgeable,
different.
too.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like cap bat. Like it's not just
Right.
like, you know what I mean? Like
multi-syllable rhyme
it's like,
schemes.
well, not even that. It's like historical like quotes and rhymes, and like he's actually like so knowledgeable in similes and just like everything. Like he's, I don't know, like he's a poet and then like a rapper, and it's just he's like top for me. Him and Aurora. Aurora's
Aurora's great.
Amazing.
So real quick, let's tell the Chicago story here. 'Cause
Okay.
This is an interesting one that I think would make a fantastic movie.
yeah. Don't
So
copyright. Nobody's alled to take
yeah,
this idea.
don't take this idea.
Take
Me and
this
Cole are
idea,
gonna
we
write.
find you, we kill
All
you.
right. So to set the scene, Cole was coming down. I was 20. You were 19. First time me and Cole were ever meeting.
Mm-hmm.
We already had this idea that we were going to see Aurora. That's why he came down. So before that, Cole and I did not plan for this trip in terms of getting somewhere to stay.
I bought the hotel. I paid for the hotel.
You did?
Yeah, I had a hotel booked.
Okay, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
oh,
I had
yeah,
a hotel.
but we weren't old enough because
We
didn't have
called
IDs.
the day or 2 days, a day before or something like that.
That might have been,
And we called the hotel and they said, "Yep, you just need someone 21 or older to book or to sign in, check in." 2019 at the time.
Yeah. So
We're screwed.
we said, screw it, we'll just sleep in the train station, right?
Great idea.
So we get on this train and we go to Chicago. It's great. We immediately meet a homeless man that takes our money from us right away.
They didn't
And-
take it. We voluntarily gave
Right.
them money.
Yeah, we weren't robbed,
Not
but-
all of it, but like just
manipulated
a little bit.
Anyway, we go to the concert. It's great. We're having a great time. It's like,
It was such a blissful.
what, it was like
experience.
12 o'clock maybe?
Oh my god, it was so amazing.
And so we're like, all right, we have nowhere to
For
stay.
you.
We're just gonna go back to the train station. Turns out train station closes at
like 2 or 1 or
something like that.
Yeah.
So we have literally nowhere to go. So we are roaming the streets of Chicago at 3
Getting,
a.m.
like 18,000 Ubers, just trying to figure out what
and
to
it's
do.
also super cold because it was like November.
Oh yeah, and all I had was a button-up shirt, like just a really thin button-up shirt, because I thought, hey, we're gonna be inside, we're gonna be fine. It was
Well,
so
that and then the
cold.
also fun thing about Chicago, that every business has their electrical plugs blocked, so no one can charge their phones. So every place we go, because our phones are dying as well, and we can't call Uber anymore. So we keep trying to go to businesses to try to find a plug-in, and we can't find anything. At this point, it's like 4 a.m., and then we finally stumble upon a Subway, and then Cole goes to the bathroom, and we find out there's an electrical plug.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, me and Cole were kind of mad at, or I was mad at
I
Cole.
don't remember, what was the argument about?
I don't know. I think I was just pissed because it was 4 a.m. and I had nowhere to
Oh,
stay.
he was. I thought our friendship was done. He was so mad. At one point, he disappeared because he needed to walk. I thought he left me. I thought I was alone in Chicago. He was so mad, and I could just like see the anger. I thought our friendship was.
So outside of that Subway, there's a small FedEx office that on there it's like 24-hour printing that you can go to a computer and print papers. So I go in there and I already see a homeless person sleeping in there. So I go back to Cole and Subway. I'm like, hey man, this is just where we're gonna have to stay. So we end up staying until like 7 a.m. in a FedEx office building. And then we're finally able to call a train, or
The train
an
comes
Uber.
picks
Our phone
us up
was charged
at the
We're finally
FedEx.
able to call an Uber to go back to the train station. Cole immediately falls asleep on a bench. I fall asleep on a bench. I get woke up by a homeless man, and he's like, "Hey man, can I get $5?" And I was like, "Sure, man. Here's $5." Because he gives me this whole like sob story about how he got beat up or something like that, and I felt really bad for him. He also like pulled up his shirt and he's like, "Feel my rib, it's broke it." So I touched his rib.
Why the way he touched it though?
I don't know why.
A homeless guy comes up to you and says, "Hey, my rib's broken. Touch it." Your first instinct?
I touched
it.
I was scared. I was hoping he'd wake up and save me, but he never did.
I was out.
But anyway, so
There's
the
so
other-
much crazy stuff that happened in between too.
Yeah,
like
I
the
can't even
diner,
remember.
the other homeless lady. Is this Philadelphia or Boston? Because this looks like San Diego.
Yeah, it was something. It was a
crazy.
crazy story. But anyway, yeah, we end up getting a train back and we make it home, and that was the craziest night of my life.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a bunch of stuff we're missing because there's a lot of good moments. Like their concert was amazing.
The two people that we met, those were
The two
super,
bands, yeah, those were cool.
The new shoes, when your shoes broke, and I made you get new shoes because I didn't want you to buy old shoes.
Yeah, there was a lot of crazy stuff
Yeah.
that happened in that.
It literally, that one day felt like a week. Like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a lot. It was a big event.
Yeah, and but
I
you
had
know,
a scary moment in Chicago. It wasn't as crazy as your guys's, but when I was with my ex, we went and saw 30 Seconds to Mars. And when the show was over, all the buses were done picking people up. And we've never done the Uber thing before. And she was like, oh, we can just walk back to the hotel. It was like, midnight or something. And we were just walking in Chicago, and her being a girl and stuff, we walked by like 30 bars on the way, and people hooting and hollering at her and stuff. And I guess I was like real sketchy looking because I was like having an anxiety attack, and I had like a muscle shirt. I got all my tattoos. I'm a short little guy, and I look like an angry little chihuahua. So like, so I think that's the only reason we didn't get jumped or robbed or anything, because I
You're
looked
afraid
like a
you're
little
gonna stab him.
schizo man walking around
Come here,
the
McGraw.
streets of Chicago. But no, I thought I was gonna die that night. I was scared.
yeah. Anyway, so. Yeah, there's so much stuff that like we can talk about, but it's also like I don't, Because I'm also trying to figure out a way to like not just make it about us and more about you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Because,
Literally, my life, since high school, I've known Michael, and I feel like you are one of the biggest parts of my life and the biggest reason I am who I am, and that's one of the reasons why he was so prominent in that one video. Because like every single day we used to talk. And we still pretty much do.
yeah, I mean, pretty much. It's at least 5 times a
Well,
week.
Yeah,
let's
for
go
sure.
back again. So
Like
you
video
guys
games or
met
anything.
on like a chat.
No, that sounds
site.
weird.
No,
That sounds
yeah,
weird.
yeah,
Like,
we
it
met
was
on-
like a dating site.
Yeah, we met on
no, I'm
Tinder.
joking. I'm
Yeah,
joking.
there was a shirtless picture of
But
him.
no,
I was
it was like
damn.
an audition site or
want this.
something.
Yeah,
for-
so it
anyway.
was voiceactorsclub.com. I wanted to be an animator, so I started doing these stupid, silly animations, and I thought, oh, dude, I'm going to make a show. It's going to be awesome. I scripted a really bad script, and I posted it. Sort of, it's just like, it's kind of like the Facebook group in a way where you post your
Right.
project and people can audition for it. So out of, I don't know, 3 people who auditioned for it, Cole was one of them, and I messaged him, and I was like, hey, man, I think you'd be great for the role. Probably because no one auditioned for that role. So I was like, I'll just have anyone do
I was
it.
honored. I didn't care. I was like, oh my God, he loves me.
And so we get into a Skype call, and it was cool. He sent me his lines, and then from that, I never really talked to him again. We talked a little bit. He would continue to call me when I wasn't talking about the project, just to hang out with me for some reason. I thought it was weird, so I kind of ghosted him because I was like, I don't want why this guy wants to talk to me so much. So then, flash forward maybe 6 months. I'm working on a new project called Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super: The Abridged, which is like a fan version of Dragon Ball Super before
Which is
they
like a
ever
funny
did
version, too.
the official English dub. So I'm talking to one of my voice actors, and in comes this guy, but I didn't know it was him. And then somehow, through some conversation, I figured out that this was the same dude that I talked to 6 months ago.
Wouldn't leave him alone.
Wouldn't leave me alone. And on that same night, the voice actor I was talking to, which happened to be his friend, the guy, they got into a big fight.
Yeah.
And then like I was sort of being the mediator between them. And then I don't know. I talked to Cole, then I talked to this other guy. They didn't want anything to do with each other. They were done being friends. The next day, Cole calls me out of nowhere for some reason. I was like, I don't know why this guy, I don't even have him as a friend, I don't think. He calls me. I answered it. We talked for a little bit, and then we hang up. And then the next day, he calls me. And then every day for a month, he would call me. And then eventually, he just forced his way in there to being my best
Hey,
friend.
you didn't have to answer. You didn't have to answer.
Didn't.
You could.
But I don't like confrontation,
Yeah,
so I
but
was
you
like, I'm
enjoyed it.
sure. I started to enjoy
We
it.
wouldn't be where we're at if you didn't enjoy the conversations that we were having.
But anyway,
Because you
I
don't
think that's
stick around
really
for things that you
interesting
don't
though.
enjoy.
But still, that's the most amazing story I've ever heard. Because I mean, like, look at where you guys are at now. You have him coming from Canada to hang out with you for a week because he's your best friend, and you guys are making movies together. He's on your podcast, and like, how many years has this been?
going on 7. Or maybe 8. I don't know at this
Yeah.
point.
That's
well,
you could
I'm
make.
gonna be 26.
I was 17.
Okay.
Because I just got out of high school.
And I was 18. So
yeah. So yeah, 7 years.
how many years is that? I'm 26.
That's crazy.
Damn.
You guys can make a movie about how you guys met.
Yeah, we could copyright.
Don't touch our
Don't
ideas.
touch our
Any
ideas.
ideas we say in this podcast, you are not allowed to take under any circumstances.
But yeah, it's a crazy story, and it's been a fun ride. And we have another project in February that Cole is starring in, called Shut the Box, written by our very talented writer Kevin Shepard, and that is going to be a cool ass project that he gets to be a part of as well. And yeah, we're just trying to continue to find out ways to work with one another, because I do like him now. I didn't at the time, but now, you know, he's...
Not always.
Yeah, not always. There was definitely moments an hour ago. No, I'm kidding.
I'm too energetic. I'm too happy.
I'm a super chill person. You're a super, like, level 10 energy.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Not always, but most of the time.
most of the time.
Most of the time, I'm pretty energetic, pretty outgoing, pretty happy-go-lucky guy. So, you really, if you're like a really quiet person,
I'm
you
like
can,
in the middle, so
you can
I
really only
think
take
that
in
it would be
small
a
doses.
perfect blend.
Trio? There you go, man. Yeah,
We
Super
gotta-
low,
you
kind of
can
in the
join our
middle.
high, low, medium.
There you go. Yeah, very low.
Yeah, it's like
I'm a 1. Okay, if Anthony's a 0, then I'm at least a 2. You're a
Well, 'cause
10.
Anthony
Yeah, oh,
is-
for sure.
He's sleeping right now. in the
Probably,
other
yeah.
room, isn't he?
He's doing something. I
Yeah.
don't know. He's off not interacting
He's
with
hiding
us.
in the shadows.
Yeah, he's hiding in the shadows.
Any other questions?
No, I found him. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right.
Michael Menard says, well, who is your dream director? Do you have someone that you like?
I love working with Michael.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
No, but for real though, I've never thought about that. I've always just been excited to work with you. That's a really, I know that sounds like super douchey and cliche and, I just want to work with my friend. But like for real though, I've never thought about like, I would love to work with that director. I thought about working with actors. And like I would love to work with like when obviously when Robin Williams was alive, he would have been like my number one.
Oh yeah, man.
Will Ferrell, you know what I mean? Like huge inspirations, Matt Damon. I don't know. There's a lot of actors out there that I would love to work with.
But you don't have like Wes Anderson or like.
Don't get me wrong.
Kevin
Like
Smith,
those are amazing directors, and obviously I would love to work with them. But like when it comes to like a director that like I want to work with, it's definitely you. Like I love working.
I appreciate
with
that,
you.
man. Everyone thinks I'm a director, but I'm not.
I know you're an editor.
I'm an editor,
I know, but you
or a
have
DP.
directed though.
Sure.
Okay, fine. Brittany.
There you go.
Brittany's the director that I want to
Brittany
work with.
be the director. There you go. Because
I love working with you two. You two are like top notch for me. I don't know. Edgar Wright's really good. Screw you, Edgar Wright.
For your career benefit, go for that guy.
Edgar Wright, obviously Christopher Nolan. There's a lot of amazing directors out there. Steven Spielberg. There's like.
He just keeps going as he's talking.
Coming
to you.
No. There's tons of amazing directors. But I don't know. I don't really have a specific one that I would like die to work with.
Cool.
If I'll work with any director that wants me.
I'm desperate. I need roles.
Please, I need to act.
As we get close to here, kind of wrapping up, where can people find your music? Like what? I know you're on Spotify and everything, but as long as your acting work as well, is anything available for people to look at?
I'm on TikTok too.
You are on TikTok.
I'm on TikTok.
It's insane that sometimes you have TikToks that literally blow up. Like,
Yeah.
What's your biggest TikTok? How many views?
I think like 32,000.
I think it's more than that.
No, it's not.
It's not? I thought you had one that had 100,000.
No. No. I've only got like 400 followers though, so.
Yeah.
No,
Dude,
but
400 is still awesome.
No, it really is, honestly. I always say like only, but just because like I compare myself with like obviously like
People have millions.
Yeah, exactly. Which I got to stop doing. Just because like the 400 that I do have, I love those people. Because like that's imagine 400 people just walked in this room and be like, sing for us right now. I'd be like, okay.
Okay.
I would probably cry. I'd be
The person who owns it, or not owns, but in the building, I would hate that.
Yeah, I know they would hate that. They'd be
Walk through
so
a crowd
mad.
of
400 people walk into this room.
No parking space.
Yeah, really. No, but like honestly, like I always think of it like that. Like if 400 people were in my backyard and wanted to watch me sing, like that would be like overwhelming, and I would be like ecstatic to the max. But I keep comparing myself to like really high tier people, which I gotta stop doing, and I will eventually stop doing that.
I mean, it's hard not to, man, because like.
That's just what society tells you. Like
Yeah.
you mean nothing unless you have power and followers.
But then, like, you watch interviews with people who have 100,000, and like to them, that's not even enough. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, is there
yeah.
ever a number that you're going to be satisfied
No.
with? Yeah.
That's why I try to just do what I enjoy. It goes
And that's
back
all
to
you
that
can
thing.
do,
Yeah,
man. Because
exactly.
yeah, it's
But-
the impact that you make on people. Which is,
Yeah. Going back to where they can follow me though. Instagram, West Creek Music, and then TikTok, West Creek Music. And then if you want to follow me, like my personal page on Instagram, it's A Real Cole Guy, AREALCOLEGUY.
And then if you want to have a lot of fun, go on YouTube and type in Cole Chauvin.
No.
And just look at some of the stuff that's on.
No. West Creek. You look on YouTube West Creek and you'll find some good stuff. No, don't do that. There's nothing really on there. There's different Chauvins that you're gonna find, which.
Yeah, let's not get into that point.
Yeah, you're not
no
gonna-
relation. That's all we're gonna.
Yeah,
say.
really, 100% no relation.
No relation.
You can look up Frank Chauvin. That's who I'm related to.
Yeah,
Proudly.
that's when you can be proud of.
Yeah. Any other questions from any other people, or just you?
I don't think so.
Sounds good to me.
We got Brittany is the boss, so they're not wrong.
They are not wrong.
Dylan, do you have anything else
I
here?
think I'm good, man. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys after the show.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Well, Cole,
You're gonna party like a true Canadian. Today?
thank you, my
Yeah,
friend,
let's do it.
for
Any
coming
shots
here.
of maple syrup.
I'm trying to give you.
You know what? No, it's not important, Michael. I'm talking to Dylan. You've had your fair share of words and talking. And
Do you want
mic
to
time.
adopt him?
Sure.
Do you have an
My
extra
new best
bedroom?
friend.
I do.
He's
I do.
2 more days that he's
I don't
here.
have my
and,
son
like,
tonight.
Yeah, there you go. I can be your son.
There you go.
Do you have any food in the fridge? Because I eat a lot.
He eats a
Like,
lot.
like,
Yeah,
it's-
well, son, let's go to Walmart.
Oh my God. Are you paying?
Yeah, I got some money.
Are you sure? Because I eat a lot. Like it's a little much. Michael can attest to that. I eat
Yeah, I
more
hate
than I think anybody he's ever
I
met.
feel like I have gained weight watching it. I'm like, my God, man, you are blessed with
I
the
love
highest of
food.
metabolism.
I love food. Yeah, food's good.
I know.
Food makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. Make sure to check out Cole Chauvin on YouTube. Sorry, West Creek on YouTube. You can find a lot of his music videos on there and future projects that.
I'm gonna be releasing some stuff pretty soon, so keep an eye.
Michael, why is your mic cord dangling?
Dangly, dangly, dangly.
Because I don't have a good mic stand. That's you know.
I think it's a light stand.
Well, it's a light stand that I converted into a mic stand because I don't have 3, I only have 2.
With the
One
weight
goes
of the cable, it'll fall. That's why all of our mic cables are dangly, dangly,
dangly.
dangly, dangly.
Anywho, again, thank you guys so much for tuning in on tonight's show. Later on this month, we are going to have Michael Menard. We got to figure out a date for that.
Yes.
And we have a lot of cool shows. We have the movie that Cole is down here for, Investigating Christmas. We're wanting to get it out relatively soon, so we're gonna make sure to update everyone on that and have a cool live stream for the movie and have a little podcast to go with that. So, anyway. Anything else to add, Dylan?
Nope, I think you said it all, my friend.
Shout out to my nieces as well.
Sorry, I'm getting
Shout out to
sleepy.
Cole's nieces.
Risa, Ryan, Nash, Cade, Reed, Riker. There's so many. Oh my gosh.
You have a big family.
Yeah, Kara, Carly, my mother Cheryl, my father Jerry. There's so many. Shout out to all you guys.
Keep going.
You want me to keep going? I
Yeah.
can go. I can go through my whole family.
All right.
It's a lot.